had a book.
He said, SXY. Come on now. Come on. I did.
Today we got
Eggs and
Dear
shells.
Lily Phillips. This isn't normal. Do you know who Lily Phillips is?
Shorty that let 1,000 people crack.
Oh, that's her?
I think so.
I
I saw her in the thumbnail.
Oh, you freaking cheater. You already know the vibes. Be sure to check out my stuff.
Not yo.
Be sure to check out Stanley stuff.
Stanley Live.
And let's just get this going. This is by Amala.
Okay, hold on. Amala Ekpunobi.
You guys remember Lily Phillips, right? If you don't remember, she is an OnlyFans creator who is most famous for sleeping with 101 men in a singular day out in the UK, where she had some of her followers and fans line up to literally have sex with her.
Did you tell Chad that you was in this?
Come on, bro. Why are we doing this?
You didn't tell Chad? Oh, shit.
My least favorite bit that you do.
You didn't
my
tell?
least favorite bit that you do.
Oh my gosh, I leaked on Easter.
There's going to be one day we record a
shoot.
video. There's going to be one day we record a video and I throw hands on you, bro.
Sorry. Yo didn't do it, Chad. Yo didn't do it. I be joking.
Her for a matter of minutes, and she got through 101 men that day, subsequently cried, and she said she cried not because of the trauma she endured sleeping with 101 men, but because she felt like she couldn't give the best performance to each and every one of them. Yes, that's
real shit. That's real shit.
I guess that's
you got 100. You know what I'm saying? You got 100 shorties lined up. Shorty number 3 already getting whack meat. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie. 2 is getting whack meat. Are you serious?
Yo,
are you serious?
Nah, you popped the Red Bull. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Honey Pack? Do they still do Honey Pack?
Lily Phillips. Then she faked a whole pregnancy announcement. She wasn't actually pregnant, of course, and all doing this while
That's smart. Yeah, because everybody in the comments, she don't know who the f is. That's actually smart. Hey!
That's all this is.
Yeah.
It's engagement baiting, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, because whenever I'm on stream, I gotta take a second, always give credit where credit's due. That was smart on her end. I'm not gonna lie. That's
this nigga
credit.
Tyler said Shorty number 1 might get whack meat, can't he?
Number 1?
competing with a fellow OnlyFans creator, Bonnie Blue, who is a
Bonnie
That's
Blue,
your shorty. No. Yo, heavy with Bonnie Blue. Don't do it. This was not even a bit. This was not a bit.
Once again,
Yo mess with Bonnie Blue.
Once again, my least favorite bit that this nigga does.
You actually
sounds so convincing.
No, you actually mess with Bonnie Blue.
I don't mess with Bonnie
Yes,
Blue.
you do.
I don't know who
You really?
I only know it because a lyric said I just blew through 1,000 like I'm Bonnie Blue, and that lyric be stuck in my head. Shut up!
You with it. So you fuck with her.
Oh, yo, you fuck with Bonnie Blue.
You do though.
Yo, you with Bonnie Blue. Least favorite bit, bro.
That's what Bonnie did. Get it? Cause Bonnie, and you just blew.
I live with this. Live with it. 24/7. Every day.
And you love it. You know what I'm saying?
alleged to have slept with 1,000 men in one day. Now, whether or not that is true.
I just blew through 1,000 like I'm Bonnie Blue. That's a bar.
I told you he fought with it.
That's a bar. That's a bar. That's a bar.
True. We do not know. I am not looking to confirm it. But now Lily Phillips has confirmed what we probably already knew somewhere deep down, that not only did she have extremely early porn exposure, talking about 11 years old, but
of course. And that's like, bro, that's why I'm so against like just porn as a concept, bro.
Right.
Because it was different when, obviously it wasn't that different, but it was different when you had to like buy like a disc or a VCR or a magazine.
When you get unlimited access to BBW and talk to me.
Anyways, a child could not go to a store and buy a VHS tape.
Right.
But a child can be on TikTok and see a Sophie Rain video. You know
Red.
she finds it completely normal, saying that it made her sex confident. So now we're gonna watch the clip where Lily Phillips is discussing exactly that.
Oh, W camera ain't gonna change. Oh my God.
I'm saying, no, she fought. That's why I said I was started watching the channel.
That too, bro. This
Ah!
is a great view.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Yo, this is tough. Yo.
Oh, no, I was trying to duck Cam. Bro.
and we're going to see what we find. Again, this is BBC Newsnight.
I probably watch pornography.
No, I get excited for news. I'm getting excited for news. No, let's go. I'm just ready to start, bro.
Yo, what's up with you?
What's up with you, bro? I'm locked.
First, when I was maybe 11. I probably watched pornography first when I was maybe 11. And so I've always known about it. I've always knew it was a thing. And I always thought it was very normal to watch.
Right. But if you started watching it at 11,
yeah.
I mean, that is so young.
11 is so crazy.
11 is out of this world insane. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
If you started watching it...
Smile on the face. She thinks that's a pretty normal situation. And I will tell you guys, even for today's time, 11 years old is not particularly normal, especially for females. And we'll get into stats on that in just a little bit. But the normal way in which she is referring to pornography should tell you everything you need to know about her trajectory and how she got on the path of sleeping with 101 men in a single day. And it will also tell you why she ended up crying afterwards, because sometimes the things that we perceive to be normal are not exactly that. And they actually are.
Yeah, it's like not normal. It's normal in your head until you get to actually practicing it. Yeah. But by then you're like, no pun intended, in too deep. And I could see that having a lasting effect on your psyche, especially afterwards. Like, that isn't. Come on, that was, bro. I put that so.
No, that was beautiful. Bro. What was you doing at 11?
What was I doing at 11?
Mm-hmm.
2011. That was the year before the whole Aztec thing.
Oh shoot, bro, nigga, we were watching buildings.
Yeah, what?
Wait, no, that was 9. I'm stupid.
What do you want today? What do you want today? No, you have not said anything productive in the sense of the video at all. At all.
That was bad. So far in this
video, you've said I'm addicted to Money Blue, and 9/11 was in 2011.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad.
That has been your commentary.
That's bad. I'm sorry.
That's horrendous.
A sign of trauma and abuse sound like very...
11? I was probably playing with Beyblades and drawing Sonic, bro.
Yeah, I don't remember what grade are you in 11?
I don't know.
Chad, what grade is 11?
I graduated early, so it's always hard for me to like think.
W-flex.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Stunt on these slow growth men.
Big words, but clearly they've led her down a traumatic path. And watching pornography at 11 and then perceiving that to be normal is a totally different beast.
Horrible.
And you say it's normal. Can you describe how it has influenced you and your brain and your outlook on sex?
You know what? It actually made me really sex confident and learn a lot of things. I mean, that's mostly how I learned through pornography. And
that's
I do think it has a positive effect on me, just in terms of like understanding things a little bit more.
You would have to think that it has a positive effect on you in order to have gone down this path, and of course the path towards creating pornography for other individuals. And I will make maybe
learning through corn. Oh brother, she's cooked. Because that's the thing. Her first introduction to sexual intercourse was the freaking exaggerated pornified version of it, not even the regular healthy version of it.
Right.
That's crazy. That's going up straight to corn before the birds and the bees is crazy.
Did your parents ever birds and bees?
My dad gave me a slideshow.
Oh, where?
Yeah. Bro, it's so deep in my head, bro. I was watching Ratatouille. And like there was a couple in the background that kissed. And I was like, yo, what they doing? And he was like, no, Dad took me upstairs, bro. Took me upstairs. Hey, he had a book.
He said,
what? You know what's crazy? Healthy relationship with sex. I have a healthy relationship with sex.
You know, my parents were never also have a healthy relationship. My school actually did a pretty good job.
Really? You learned about it in school?
Yeah.
I'm in South Carolina. They was not going to,
They did the whole thing. They split up the girls and the guys' classes. They taught the guys separately. They taught the girls separately. And then they merged the classes together.
They did that for us, too. But we didn't learn. No, the only thing they taught us about was STDs. I learned about STDs. I didn't even know how you got them.
We had an open air class. Like, one of the classes was literally like, teacher at the desk, sitting down. All right, ask me questions. Go.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it was just it.
Yo, imagine you a teacher. Imagine you a teacher and be like, "Yo, ask me questions about sex," and the kids don't ask because they don't think you fuck.
Imagine being like outside. Imagine being outside in the hallway. You hear a teacher yelling at the classroom like, "No, I swear to God, I'll pipe shit." No, I really look at my phone. I was Miss Stacy last night.
Yo, that's funny as bro. Like,
yeah, that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
But bro, yeah, being like, "Yo, ask me questions," and no one just.
You know, nowadays, teacher probably be asking questions. No one answered because they already
know because we're so
y'all are
horrified, bro.
Y'all freaked out,
You
bro.
specifically. I don't think you would say,
bro, him?
No.
You were talking about. Okay, I was because you were talking about. You were talking about him.
I was talking about him.
Okay.
Tight.
This one. Oh shoot. Like it's bad. Yeah, it's bad. Yeah.
Go get some therapy.
We could say this one.
Fixable.
We could say. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
This one though. I ain't gonna lie.
Maybe a pretty bold statement. I don't think there's a such thing as becoming sex confident from watching pornography. And the reason I will make that statement is because pornography is not a depiction of actual
at all. You just become sexually demented.
Sex. Pornography lies on the extreme of an act and actually funnels you down a path to watching more and extreme versions of sex. I will put in quotes.
That's like you watching a movie about warfare and then trying to enlist in the army to live that up.
That's like, I don't know who explained it to me, but they explained it to me like the more you do it, the more you're fried. Your brain becomes fried because it's
desensitized to it.
Yeah, and you're gonna need like more and more crazy stuff to like get you like off.
And that's what I keep saying about like TikTok and stuff. I feel like we are. I'm speaking for men specifically because like I can't speak on women. I'm not a woman. Right. I feel like we as men are way too desensitized to ass, bro. Like that shit is BBLs, and that's why the BBLs are getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Like
I saw some BBLs at OKC basketball game when I went up there with Cheerio. Yeah. Bad BBLs, I ain't gonna lie.
Bro, it's like we should not be that desensitized to cheeks, bro. But like see cheeks and like be like, that's cool. Like, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with cheeks,
right?
But if you're seeing it every day, you're gonna want it to get bigger and bigger and bigger. You know what I'm talking about?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like.
Quotes, because at some point it's like, what can we call it that? So to say from her perspective that it made her more sex confident, maybe she means it felt like she had more knowledge going into sexual acts, and because she was exposed at a younger age, she felt more knowledgeable on these acts based off of her watching of pornography. But when your lens of sexuality is that of the lens of pornography, you don't really have a lot of knowledge. Now, you may feel more confident as being exposed at 11 makes you far earlier exposed than probably a lot of the other kids that she was around and a lot of the other girls she was around, as the age of exposure tends to differ from female to male. And she might perceive that to be a confidence, and it's a confidence that she carries with her in her OnlyFans creation because she knows what porn looks like and therefore knows how to create it. But I will tell you, I don't think it's real sex confidence.
Right. But as we know, what we see in pornography online can be extreme. Is not normal.
It depends what type of pornography you're watching. That's what I would say.
Okay. And when you look,
and she knew exactly what to watch when she was 11 years old, right, guys?
Back and reflect on the fact that you had access to this pornography and were looking at it from the age of 11, and not just you, any Gen Z who's got a smartphone.
Yeah.
Does that suggest to you that maybe your generation has been let down by politicians?
Yes. Everyone's been let down by politicians. Politicians suck. I'm talking about like we've been let down by technology. We have way too many technology has quite literally fried us. Like our attention spans, our attachment to sex, our attachment to commitment, our attachment to love, all that. Like,
yeah, I think to pin it to one person would be unjust. I think it's an accumulation of a lot of things, because in a different sense, like over sexualization has been a thing way before the internet.
Oh yeah, but Genghis Khan.
Yeah, exactly. So like it's just now that we could consume it in surplus and that the demand is higher than ever and the supply is higher than ever, we're getting results that's never gotten.
It took Genghis Khan being literal royalty to be as sexually demented as he is.
Yeah.
We have seen more naked bodies than Genghis Khan off the strength of the internet.
There's somebody who probably hasn't even touched 18 yet that has busted more times than Genghis Khan.
Tight.
That's crazy, actually.
Tight.
Yeah, that's
like, bro,
actually in perspective, that's actually crazy.
Do you remember how? Pause.
Right.
Do you remember how horny you would get at like 13 and 15? I didn't start doing nothing until I was like 17, 18. Imagine if you had access to corn
at that age,
14, 15. I'd be doing it 7, 8 times a day. Are you serious?
I'm trying to remember when I started.
Yes, bro. It would be crazy.
Yeah.
Or the tech companies, or even parents.
I think it's hard because sex is a part of life.
So what went through your mind when I said Froby 24? Thanks for the rate.
I didn't hear it. I literally was thinking. I was so deep trying to think about when the first time I.
All right, bro. My fault.
I don't.
But not when you're 11.
Well, I think you should be learning from it from that age. I do believe.
You should be learning about the different types of Pokemon, bro. You should be learning about the Mushroom Kingdom, gang.
Yeah.
You should not be learning about positions, bro.
100 piece puzzles.
The only position you should worry about is the position of your Yu-Gi-Oh card on the table, bro. Is that bitch in attack, defense? Yeah. Is it in neutral?
Is your red card on yellow or green?
That's hell no. 11? What?
That is crazy. That's 6th grade,
bro. That's what I'm saying.
Because that's when you start to think about things like that.
But learning.
Maybe not learning.
Pornography?
Yeah, maybe not learning from pornography, but I do think understanding it more from that age would be helpful.
Okay. So there's so many layers of like trying to justify something that deep down she knows.
It's gymnastics. It's gymnastics right now. I feel like this shorty.
Yeah. Someone said in chat she's projecting and saying everyone should do what she did because she's guilty. I don't even necessarily think it's because she's guilty. She just can't help it because, bro, she's cooked. Yeah, unfortunately.
I feel like she's trying to argue a perspective that is so finite to her.
Yeah.
And then she's trying to make it like seem like it's some robust.
You ever watch Breaking Bad?
No.
There was a scene where Walt caused like a plane crash, right?
Right.
And the plane crash like devastated the city. And
right.
he had to talk about it because he's a teacher. He was literally talking to the school like, yo, plane crashes happen so often. Not a lot of people died. He was literally trying to downplay it because he felt so much anguish in his head.
That was such
I think that's what she. Come on, now, come on. I think that's what she was doing. That's what she was doing.
It's not right. It's not how we would want an ideal childhood to play out for a young kid. So she's trying so, viciously to defend things that took place that shouldn't have took place within her life, and of course that have led to the outcome that her life.
And the thing is, I feel bad because it's like she's probably a great person. Like she's just a victim to like her circumstances.
Is now living in, and that has to be a justification of the exposure to porn, for we know that the exposure to porn is probably a significant part of the pathway that led to her sleeping with.
It's like OD crazy about this. My fault for the second pause, bro. The porn industry literally benefited from Bonnie Blue getting access to porn at 11. Think about that. Like dead. Think about that.
They're creating their own supply chain.
Exactly.
They have such a good, and I use the term good not as an actual good, but they have such a good production line of like, even when the like old star gets swapped out,
it's a brand new one.
Like there's people right now who are waiting to get to the age so that they can legally do this. Like this is their first goal that they I'm there with it.
Not to mention the stuff that they're doing before even becoming the age to record it.
Yep.
Like, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy, bro.
101 men in a single day. Now, should there be maybe birds and the bees talk with 11-year-olds? Yeah, I mean, I'm open to that.
Yeah, birds and bees, just not.
Right.
I tried to think of 2 porn stars. I couldn't. Johnny Sins and Mia Khalifa. You know what I'm saying?
Conversation.
You said me. Because you said me. Yo, I was like.
Johnny Sins and
Mia Khalifa. Yeah. But you said the me like dummy. My fault.
I think that kids should be learning about their body.
And look what you did. Someone in chat and me, all caps.
All caps is
look
crazy.
What you did, bro.
Bodies and what their bodies can do and how their bodies can be victimized at many different ages. And 11 years old is one of those ages. Has nothing to do with pornography, though. Pornography would be the worst possible thing that you could expose an 11-year-old to in a time where you're trying to talk to them about their body.
Someone said 101 Dalmatians add body count. That crazy pull, bro. Crazy pull, bro.
You got a body count like a Disney movie.
Really got put in doggy style.
Ooh, there we go. Come on now.
I don't feel bad.
That's puppy right there. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now.
Really took her to Pound Town.
Come on now. Come on now. Come on now.
They had that animal under control.
Ooh!
Got all them men barking. Yeah. Mango, I tried to give it to you. Stanley ain't.
It's about reproduction, about sex.
Mango funny because he'll dead. You won't even laugh. You won't even laugh. He'll just like it's been so many times I said something about it, and that's like the only thing he says.
It's so direct, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Damn, bro, my fault.
Bro, sometimes he puts a period at the end of it.
That's
like, damn.
Sex and about the possibility of predatory things happening from that perspective. So she's not quite making the case for 11-year-old exposure to porn, and she knows it because she's actively saying, I wouldn't expose an 11-year-old to porn.
So you can't even normalize it.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I wouldn't get cornrows, but I think everyone should have cornrows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like, I wouldn't have long meat. I think everybody should have long meat.
As a means of educating them or giving them knowledge about sexuality. So why defend your early...
It's just chewy.
What is it?
Silent. Because you don't remember the Kyrie? It's just chewy. Thank you for the fire. Never mind.
No, I don't know the clip. Oh, my fault.
Exposure.
My fault. I missed it.
To pornography. And as I said, we were going to go through a little bit of like the stats on the age that this typically happens. There are studies out of Australia that say typically for females, the exposure to pornography, at least there, was around 17 years old. And for
yeah, I feel like that's normal.
I feel like that's solid. Yeah.
That's normal.
males, it was 13 years old. So typically it's boys.
Damn.
13 is crazy.
Damn.
But you know what's wild? You know what's wild? I know we both know the same person. We know one singular person who was exposed to porn like at a young age.
Oh, yeah.
Most people I know, like we're in that 17 range.
I wonder how new this study is. Like, I wonder how recent this study is. Because I feel like that number would fluctuate.
We are 24. We are 24. Huh, yeah, because when we were 11, what was the newest phone that was in 2011?
I'm not
2011 had to be iPhone like 4S. No, maybe not 4S. Maybe not 4S.
I had phones late, bro.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's when we got exposed. When we had technology.
Yeah,
I didn't have technology until I was like 17.
Yeah.
I wonder who they're surveying. Yeah.
Is getting into pornography than girls. We also have this article from Psychology Today that says exposure to pornography during adolescence is becoming the norm rather than the exception. For example, among a sample of American high school students, 56% viewed pornography in the previous year. In another study of U.S. youth in late adolescence, 80.3% reported accessing pornography. And it says here more than 70% of the adolescents in our sample had already consumed sexually explicit internet material at baseline, which suggests that it is now a normative part of adolescent development. But even in high school, and the numbers where some of these studies are taking place, we're talking 13 to 17.
Also bad. Where are you talking this video? You know why it's also bad for like people who are young too? It's because like when you were like younger, there was no algorithm. So if you wanted to do it, you would have to like go search it, let alone the barriers of actually going to search it. Right. You might have not had the right phone.
But now it just shows
Wi-Fi
up.
wasn't even as accessible. Now you could literally just be on Twitter.
Bro.
You get what I'm saying?
There's no way I could hear this and keep an erection, bro. But another thing I was going to say, the memes aren't helping either. No. The term gooning is a popular term. Someone who doesn't even know what porn is could hear the word goon because it shows up so often.
Right.
And then what are they going to do? What is gooning? What is corn?
It's bad, bro.
It's like there's pipeline after pipeline
it's
after pipeline.
It's actually almost borderline unavoidable.
Yeah,
like, I take
the concept of sex is completely unavoidable.
Bro, I take OD steps to make sure that there's nothing on my feed. Like I'm not even joking. Like,
and I bet you heard the word goon today.
Yeah, like literally, I could be in just watching like a basketball thing. And like go down and and somebody would just repost down there. Like it's so
even the way people talk about like LeBron or something. LeBron fills me up.
That's a
like the concept of like sexual deviancy is so like
it's rampant.
And I think we are genuinely the last generation that can make it to 17 without even hearing about it.
Yeah, I
didn't even know what the concept of jerking off was until I was 17.
Same, yeah.
Dead.
Damn.
Like. We just dapped up over getting
beating our meat together.
Like, that's crazy, bro.
And Lily Phillips is slamming those stats out of the way by saying, I was introduced at 11 years old. Now we're going to close out the clip with Lily.
Is there a direct link between you watching pornography as you grew up and the decisions you've made to do what you do now?
I think maybe.
Yes. Actually, I got it. Definitely. Absolutely. Indubitably. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is
I mean, I don't know a life without pornography, so maybe.
That's crazy.
Okay. I don't know a life without pornography, so...
I feel bad for her, bro.
Yeah,
I feel bad, bro.
That last sentence was not a beautiful thing.
I don't know life without porn. I can't even like.
That's insanity.
I feel bad, bro.
That one hit home. I'm not gonna
maybe. Yeah, maybe the
sad.
desensitization to not only sex acts, but extreme sex acts happening within your formative years as an 11-year-old, where the concept of sex is foreign. Because not only are you not supposed to be exposed to that, but within our biology, you know, in prepubescence, there's not really anything firing in our brain and in our...
Imagine spending more time knowing about corn than you don't. Whoa.
I feel like everybody gets towards that.
I mean, yeah, but by the time you get there, like by the time we get there, we're gonna be 17 times 2?
34.
We're gonna be 34 when we break even.
But somebody's gonna be 18 when they break.
She's
even.
probably like 23. So yeah, she's already at the 50% right now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like that's crazy.
Our body's telling us to go down that path, especially as young women. So being exposed and I guess on a fast track to sexual exposure by watching porn at 11 years old is not exactly the best. And I would imagine, if I had to wager, it contributes quite a bit to how she turned out. And this is the thing, when we talk about Lily Phillips or the Bonnie Blues or any sort of OnlyFans creators, and as more women put themselves in that place as a career path, we often look at them and go, you know, how could you do this? This is so...
Nah, that's not even the first. It's more, how did you even, for me at least, it's more... How did you get here?
Yeah.
How did you get to a point where you're that desensitized to it to where you can make it?
Mine is like
there's a difference between someone who smokes weed and deals it. You know what I'm saying? Well, nah, it's not a direct analogy because some people deal drugs and don't even do drugs.
You're inflicting not only on yourself, but on society. There's a lot of different fingers to point in these situations. Some at the women who are creating this content, a lot at the men who are purchasing the content. But I don't know how we point fingers at like the sick society that we've created where this content is now the norm. And not only is it the norm for adults, but it's the norm for children who are being exposed to it at earlier and earlier ages.
And that is like just the internet, bro.
Yeah.
We're cooked. But hey, man, I hope you guys liked the video. That's going to be it from us. Be sure to check out my stuff.
Not yo-yo.
Sure to check out Stanley's stuff.
Stay live.
Stop gooning.
Stop beating your meat. Let 1,000 people crack instead.